Hi there, welcome to Mala's Verse. Thank you so much for joining me today. The reading that we are going to do today is How Can You Speak Your Truth in Relationships? We have two options to choose from, and before we get into the reading, take a few deep breaths, breathe out, and I'm going to ring the singing bowl. All right. So, the first option that we have here is I am unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. The second option that we have is I honor how I want to feel. Take your time, let your awareness guide you to whichever pile you are drawn to. You are more than welcome to choose one or more piles, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile one. If you chose I'm unapologetic about what I desire, this card, this is your reading, and I'm going to ring the singing bowl once. All right. First, we are going to look into what is stopping you from expressing the truth. What is the block? And I am using messages from your Animal Spirit Guides by Stephen D. Farmer. Let's see. So, what is stopping you at this point in time from expressing your truth? We have Chameleon. Stay in the background and adapt to the situation rather than being conspicuous and attempting to direct the course of events. So I'm not taking this card, but at the bottom of the deck we have Cardinal, which is the energy of initiating things, right? So this card itself, is very aptly letting us know what might be blocking you, which is there is I this is not like a laid back attitude, but maybe there's a fear of making a mistake in some way, shape, or form, because of which you are not making any moves, you are not making any choices that are, um, coming from you being in the driver's seat of your own life. And in that way, you're trying to keep the relationship or the entire situation under control by not expressing something that might be very harsh, and you might even be tending to others needs more, or just as a chameleon, shifting your personality, your way of being as per the situation, which is okay as long as it's helping you, as long as it's conducive to the well-being and for the highest good of all, to conducive to the well-being of all. But I do perceive that there is this hesitation in sharing what is actually, for some of you, I'm getting what is bothering you, because I do perceive that there is a fear that saying that truth or being authentically who you are is going to disrupt the connection. So let's see, what is it that you have to acknowledge that you may not be acknowledging about the situation. I am using the Golden Wheel Tarot. So there is a lack of initiation or starting things, especially conversation wise, and conversations that are, really coming from your heart center. It's not malintended, but I am perceiving that there is a fear in being unapologetically being yourself or sharing your desires. So, what is it that you need to acknowledge about this situation? Um, Bottom of the deck, we have Eight of Wands, We have Eight of Wheels, Three of Swords, Two of Wheels. I wonder if this is associated in some way, shape, or form with your career or connected with your career as to why you might be hesitant in expressing your truth. What is the Three of Swords? Knight of Cups. Hmm. Six of Swords. So, yeah, what I'm receiving here is maybe some of you have a work opportunity or you want to expand your work in some way, shape, or form, which is going to require you to travel somewhere else or be, not just be different, but be someone who is more heart centered and you want to be that person. But I do perceive that it's going to, or at this time itself, it is leading to a situation where you have to handle multiple things and it's a jigsaw puzzle that you're not able to resolve, and it's something that is exhausting your physical energy as well. You are juggling a lot of things, and there are plenty of thoughts clouding your mind right now. Where should I go? Should I go or not? Should I keep in be stuck in this place or be in this place itself? Is this my foundation? And it's really exhausting you mentally, and I do perceive that there is a fear that what you would share, or this news that you want to share, this new idea that you want to share, which is more expansive, which would require you to travel or to move to a different place also, or be a completely different person, which may be that you have been introvert in some way, shape, or form, and it requires that you become more outgoing. And I don't perceive that that's a hesitation from your end, but I do perceive that you might be stopping yourself because you becoming more outgoing might change the dynamics in this connection or in whatever connection we are talking about here, because it could very well be a family connection if it's not romantic. But I do perceive that the more you become an outgoing person, it's going to disrupt, or more than disrupt, I would say it will change a lot of things within the relationship, and especially if you people are living in the same place. So in the light of not wanting to mess up what you've created and what you've mastered here and what you've created with this individual also, or these people, if it's a family situation or maybe it's just friends with whom you're living, not in terms of, sorry, so not wanting to change that, because in the light of not wanting to change that, you're hiding your truth, because with the Three of Swords, what's coming through is you don't want to put other people in distress at this time. And so you are multitasking a lot, you are exhausting yourself. And what's interesting here is, to me, is that I mean, in this illustration, the top that this individual is wearing is, it's very plain, it's white and red, but still really royal colors, white and the streaks of red and a little bit of golden going on here, or yellow. But the lowers that this individual is wearing is so vibrant, it's green, yellow, and red. So what I'm receiving here is, right now you're just masking yourself, you're masking your true potential, you're masking how vibrant, how outgoing you are, because you don't want to disrupt what you have created. And Eight of Wands also sort of makes sense, because there is this energy that is building up within you that you want to release. And I am, and we have Seven of Swords here, okay, and Six of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. So with release, I do feel like it's more so, having an outburst of energy where you're enjoying a lot, you're physically very active. Maybe some of you, this is just only an example, I would say. For some of you, what I'm receiving is as an example, so do apply it only if it resonates with your situation, which is, you might be refraining yourself from going out and maybe joining a gym, because the person that you are with or the people that are around you are sensitive about health issues, in terms of they may not like to be criticized about what is not going well for them health wise, but you want to make choices that are very healthy. So you're refraining yourself, thinking that if you choose yourself and your well being, it's like stealing away from them. It's like you being smart and cunning and not taking care of them or fooling them in a way is what I'm receiving. Somehow that narrative is going on. So, of course, only take what resonates here. And anyway, let's see what's the next. So, the next question is, what energy can you actually embody so that you feel safer in expressing yourself? And I am using the Sacred Spirit Tarot. No, no, not the Tarot, Sacred Spirit reading cards. Give me a moment. Definitely a lot of, this is causing you to not look at, receive your intuition also very well in some way, shape, or form. I'm getting that. And for some of you, it is definitely blocking your throat chakra, your communication. So, what energy can you embody? I might refer to the guidebook for this because it's really elaborate and has amazing insights. So, we have light codes, travel awaits you. Isn't that interesting? We were talking about travel. So, travel is something that is, something that you would want to do. Maybe for some of you, you want to travel more in your psychic space, you want to explore occult more, you want to explore your intuitive or spiritual path more. And you do perceive that if you do it, you will be leaving people behind, and you will be not helping them, or not being there for them, or not taking care of them in some way, shape, or form. But let's see what is the insight here in the guidebook. Give me a moment. So, right now you are on a mission, humanitarian efforts. Becoming earth conscious and choosing how you contribute to humanity and the planet is the focus now. A change in dietary habits. Incorporating a more meat free approach to your body will leave you feeling lighter and proactive about your physical contribution. Shadow aspect is headstrong, over imaginative, opinionated, and angel as assistance. Guardian angel Nanail. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Spiritual communication, sacred knowledge, affirmation. I awaken the dormant light within me. I am radiant. I'm going to say that again. I awaken the dormant light within me. I am radiant. Connecting to higher states of consciousness can access the realm of light languages, discovering new symbols, incorporating tones and gestures through meditation are recommended to access your inner knowing, higher self, and personal connection to spirit and celestial realms for insight, personal power, balance, and well being. Well, I do perceive that a lot of you guys who have chosen this pile, you are, you know, as this guidebook itself says, you are very very much interested in humanitarian things, and maybe your work itself is to serve humanity in some way, shape, or form. For others of you, I mean, in a direct way, if not indirectly. And for others of you, I do perceive that there is an expansion in your own consciousness that's happening. There's an awakening. See, I was talking about the third eye, and we have the third eye here, awakening. So some of you, maybe your awareness about your psychic powers, your intuition is multiplying, and you want to explore this, but it is in some way, shape, or form against the people around you, or what they believe in, or the person around you and what they believe in. So that is why you might not be letting yourself access your own potential. So how you can embody this is, even if at this point in time you cannot physically make any moves, but definitely having more time towards your self-care practices, your spiritual practices, is going to be of paramount importance for you at this point in time. Pile number one, specifically dedicating more time to meditation. I would say, if you don't want to, and rather not even don't want to, instead of going into really long periods of meditation, break it up in 2 to 3 parts around your day, so that this anxiety that's building up on you, that eases, and you become more aware as to where this anxiety is coming from and how you can have a rooted approach in expressing what you want to express. So I would say take 10 to 15 days doing this, meditating more, and accessing your inner wisdom more, because that's going to help you have a stronger footing when you want to express your truth. So, how can you begin expressing your truth, and what can you be mindful of? For that, I am going to use the Mystic Monday's Tarot. Wearing the color purple or indulging in things that have more purple color in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's just visualization or painting, and use, bringing that color, this deep purple color, out into your life is going to be extremely helpful. It might, for some of you, it might activate your third eye as well. Now let's see, how can you begin expressing, and what can you be mindful of? Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is about expression. We have Strength at the bottom of the deck, which is Leo energy in a way, and also majorly Saturn energy with number 8. So Ace of Swords has come up. We have Two of Wands. So we are going from an Ace to a Two. There is progress, while one progress is bound to happen. And we have Nine of Pentacles as well. I do perceive that this is like a slow burn movie. You have to be very slow with this so that you get accustomed to how to express your truth in a way that is rooted, that is feeling safe for you, but it is also fierce, and also honoring the individual involved within the communication. Not just, I mean, there is an honoring of you as an individual and the other person as well, but the conversation is sharp, clear. By fierce, I'm not feeling here that, you cut through someone's ego and really shatter it and, create a mess or argue unnecessarily. That's not what I'm receiving here. It's more so bite-sized information, because we have Two of Wands, which is still planning about the future, right? So I do perceive that moving ahead, and sharing information that is true to you, but it's not the whole entire truth. You are sharing bits and pieces so that you also get accustomed to what you want to share and how you want to share it. And with the Nine of Pentacles and Two of Wands combination, I am receiving that for some reason about your career. Maybe take time to share about, whatever you're planning or whatever you want to do about your career with this person or this group of people. For some reason, that's coming through quite strongly, and it's not in a negative way. It's more so because people are around you are overshadowed by their own shadows, their own fears. They might not be able to see the picture, see the pathway as clearly as you do. So only share bite-sized information. If, for example, you want to go or on a tour or travel somewhere, just say that maybe it's a workshop. You are actually going to a workshop. You don't have to go into the details of the workshop, who is coming, when, what subjects are you learning, etc., etc. Just share the overall picture so that they know that you are safe, etc., etc., and you are in a place that they can connect you. Not in a place that they can connect you, but they have a contact number so that they can connect with you whenever it is required, and you can connect with them also. So I do perceive that don't go into a lot of details, and I am also receiving, share just, this sweeter parts, which are sweeter generic information. Essentially, that's what I'm getting. General information, and information that's much more on the positive side. Don't share what is probably a potent challenge, or a potential challenge, sorry, because for some reason I perceive that the clarity that you have might get clouded if you share that challenge with them, because of their fears being projected onto the situation. And with the Nine of Pentacles, I am also receiving that dressing up well and dressing up in colors that you would want to is also going to be another wonderful way of beginning to express your truth. Because if you're restraining yourself from that, definitely do it. And for some of you, I'm also receiving, if you can spend more time with the rising sun, that's also going to be a good component in your journey as you learn how to express your truth in this relationship or in relationships in general. So what would it look like once you are able to do this and you incorporate this into your life? Let's see. We have Emperor at the bottom of the deck, so you will definitely feel more self actualized, especially in your soul. We have the Star card. Wow. And Seven of Wands. I do perceive that any defensiveness that you might have right now in relationships, that's going to heal to a great extent. You will be able to, actualize or formulate the ideas that you have been receiving as downloads into this realm. You will be able to ground them into reality, is what I'm receiving, and share it with people in a way. When it comes to even defending yourself, you're able to do that and not budge from or not give away your desires just because people might be questioning you as to why are you doing this, is it even helping or what does it create. So you will look at these questions from a very empowered state with the Emperor card here. And with the Tower card also being here, so that strong Mars energy, I do perceive that you will have much more strength in breaking down what's not serving you, and not just about not serving you, but foundations or beliefs that did not let you become the Emperor that you already are, become self-actualized and have control of, or be a person who has a control or a handle on their shadows. And they are, it's not a, if you even look at this Emperor here, the control or the handle that they have on their shadows is not very aggressive. It's quite empowering and loving and also accepting, right? So that is the control that you will have. I feel like your speech will become better with time and you will learn how to stand your ground. And specifically the major thing that's coming through, you will be able to see that you can be in relationships that are nourishing and at the same time fight for what's true for you. And this is not fighting against these people, it's just you will feel more energized in your being to stand up for what is true for you and live life as per your desires and as per what is true for you, with in alignment with your highest good. There's going to be a lot more clarity in relationships. And specifically what I'm getting is the clarity will be in the fact that yes, there will be challenges, so there's an allowance of challenges coming your way and not fearing these challenges. So you're becoming more confrontational as well, but in a way that's coming from a healed place. It's not a defense anymore. So, Pile One, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hi, Pile number two. If you choose, I honor how I want to feel. This is going to be a reading. And before that, let me just ring the singing bowl for you once. All right. First, let's see what is stopping you from expressing your truth. We pull one card from this deck. We have Manati or Duong. I wonder if that's how you pronounce it. But it says, accept the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it. Hmm. I'd like more clarity on this. What is it that's exactly blocking here? Two of Cups. Okay. Two of Cups, Three of Cups. We have the world at the bottom of the deck. Five of Wands, clarifying the Manati. I wonder if there is a difference of opinion, especially about networking or the kind of people you socialize with, because accepting the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it is reminding me of you might, suppress yourself, whoever is watching this reading, from expressing what is actually bothering you when you are with this person and you're out and about. This could very well be places or the kind of people you interact with when you two are together and going out. So, majorly, what I'm getting is you two might have very polar opposite ideas of celebration or interacting with people. And so, when it's not as per your choice, you just, give into the situation, but more so in a defeatist way rather than how it actually feels to you, because it ties up very well with the card that you have chosen. I honor how I want to feel. So either that could be the case, or when it's according to you, your partner, or the people that is your concern as of now in relationships, people around you, they might not feel as happy or as giggly and joyful when you are having fun, or you have taken them to that fun activity with you, right? So that's, and I don't feel like there's aggressive um an aggressive argument here, but there is definitely conflict of interest that's coming through. And I do perceive that the masculine energy within this connection might say see it more playfully, whereas for you it is emotionally straining. So maybe you have shared this truth and it has not been, yielding you the results that you would want to have, and so you've taken a step back. You are not engaging in these conversations anymore. And so maybe that is so, as I always mention, only take what resonates. So maybe that is the reason why you may be hesitant in sharing your truth, because you may feel that it is not taken up seriously. It's not about I don't feel like the person is against it. It's more so they might not see the seriousness of the situation or the seriousness of the um, thing that you're bringing to the table, and so you might hesitate in sharing that. So now let's see, what do you need to acknowledge about this situation entirely that you may not be acknowledging? Bottom of the deck we have Ace of Wands, then we have Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords, World card. So World card was present when we were clarifying the Manati also. That is interesting. Wow. I just asked like what is the clarifier or clarifying energy for eight of swords, sorry, the 10 of swords. Well, I said 8 of swords, but we have Ace of Swords here. I don't perceive that this is associated with your current situation, pile number two, but what I'm receiving is in previous situations, and this is more so like worldly affairs with the world card here and worldly connections, so social connections. And for many of you, this does feel like career or work wise connections. And I'm talking about a past experience here. So you may have a wound in your past associated with your work scenario or career scenario for some of you, and this otherwise it's like general world or societal energy or societal connections that you may have had, where you were very clear about a lot of things. You portrayed or shared your thoughts and emotions quite clearly, and they were very concise and sharp. Some must have, must have felt, oh, must have been offended rather, and they basically took your words to heart in some way, shape, or form. And so essentially what happened is, I do feel like your words were used against you with the ten of swords here. And for some of you, this could very well have been people that you looked up to or trusted. So, information that you shared was used against you in some way, shape, or form. And so, there is that underlying wound which is coming to a completion here, I would say that. And that's why this is coming up, because when we wanted to clarify the Manatee card as well, we had the World card at the bottom of the deck. So, there is definitely a refreshing new energy coming into your life, a renewal of your spirit with the Ace of Wands, and it is a blessing. But it's definitely happening in an uncomfortable way with you, pile number two, where you have to address this wound around communication, where you did express and certain things and it was used against you. And it is definitely a time to let go of this, because this wound internally and especially in your subconscious is reflecting in your conscious life and in how you are consciously maneuvering relationships at this point in time. So it's like you're withdrawing rather than actively talking about what's bothering you. So you have to honor how you feel and know that this is a phase in this journey, which is, you are turning over a new leaf. You are getting into a new coming into a new phase here, where you can own your truth, you can share your truth, and trust that you can take care of yourself no matter what happens. That it is not always going to be gruesome like the Ten of Swords. There is a new hope, a new day, a new horizon here. And with the World card again and the Ace of Wands also, there's a doubling down energy on of a new horizon coming up for you, a change in cycle, and a cycle that is more nourishing and flourishing in nature, and it's not as cold and as lonesome as it had been because of what you experienced in the past, file number two. Now, next question that we are going to look at is what energy can you embody so that you feel safe in expressing? And I am going to use spirit reading cards here. Give me a moment. So, what energy can pile number two embody to start on this journey with much ease? We have align your universe, navigate the distractions. Again, number one, aces, strong ace energy, and we have spirit messages, observe limitations. So I'm not taking that card, but I do feel like that is a very good, side note here with the align your universe, navigate distractions. So this is the distraction here which you have to navigate through, pile number two, and align your universe with the number one card. What I'm receiving is the energy that you have to embody is this. So I would say to a degree is the night. Hi, pile two. So as I was mentioning, to a degree, this is an alignment with the Knight of Swords energy, where you have your horse blinders on and you have a laser sharp focus on what your target is, and you just move towards it. And with the Knight of Swords, this target is very much mental or in your belief system rather than a physical target. Of course, for you, I mean, for each individual, it may be different, but it's a very strong awareness about where you're focusing your energy, what belief is driving you at this point in time. And what I'm receiving here is the more you are able to listen to your intuition, because The energy that you have to embody is clarity in terms of receiving your intuition and using that intuition, or bringing that intuition, the information that you get through your intuition, into this physical reality. Which is, how does that happen? That's by honoring the intuition and taking actions on the basis of that. It may not make sense to you, but honoring that intuition is very important. So during the day, every day, during different times of the day, just check in with yourself and ask yourself, how are you feeling? What would you like to feel? And now, if this is something that you would like to feel, what can you focus on? Maybe it's some imagery, it is some feeling, it's some memory, it's some songs that you could listen to, or just a short funny video. Could be n number of things. Maybe it's watching a show, or an episode of a show, or reading something. Could be n number of things that aligns you with that energy. So do that for that moment, and then direct your energy again towards this specific thing, specific feeling that you would want to feel, because honoring what you want, or honoring how you feel, is very important for you. File number two. And what will that create is a lot of confidence within you, because this is not by me, and I don't remember it exactly, but I did hear it by somewhere on YouTube, and it was about confidence. And the statement was, confidence is nothing but clarity, having clarity. So instead of having a very long term plan where everything is very clear to you, have a long term goal, but having the confidence that, I have completed this milestone in this long term goal. Now it's about the next milestone. So, not worrying yourself about the long term goal, and taking one step at a time, and becoming sharper in your awareness about your intuition, receiving your intuition and practicing it, receiving information from your intuition and practicing it in your daily life, is going to bring so much clarity within you. You will not need validation from others, and that is also going to improve your confidence to a greater level, and have help you have that confidence to share your truth as well, rather than succumbing to the situation. So that is the energy you have to embody, aligning your universe. No distractions, navigate distractions. The only way you can navigate distractions is not by hyper focusing on the distractions, rather focusing on what your goal is, come what may, or come any challenge. You understand that that challenge is there. I'm not saying ignore the challenge, no, never. Be aware of the challenge, see how you can maneuver around it, over it, however it is, but never lose sight of what your clarity, what your truth is, because that is the key to your clarity. Align your universe. Now we are going to look at how can you start expressing this truth. And I'm using the Mystic Mondays Tarot. We have 10 of wands at the bottom of the deck, which is interesting because we have ace here. So ace and 10, again, completion, beginning and endings very strongly are coming through here as a theme. Temperance, two of pentacles, and we have the fool. What I'm receiving here for you, pile number two, is that you, like I was mentioning, keeping that bigger goal, that long term goal in your awareness, in your vision, and at the same time the small wins that you have, having a balanced approach towards both of these things is utterly important for you to begin expressing your truth. Because you may be a person who tends to lean on either side rather than trying to find a balance. I don't feel like you don't make the effort. You definitely make the effort, but it is very exhausting for you with the 10 of wands, and we have 8 of swords right beneath that. So you might keep yourself in a victim mindset in some way, shape, or form, or sabotage yourself thinking that you can't handle this, but you very well can. It's just that you have to work through this wound and make yourself understand that it's coming to an end. There is a new phase here. So, your wisdom from the past and your vision of the future, taking that in a balanced form in your life ahead, is going to help you have a strong foundation because of which you can express your truth with ease. This is more so understanding that come what may, you have got your back essentially. Pile number two, come what may, whatever it is that you want to express, you can with integrity, with clarity, and by honoring yourself and those around you, you can express, and it will create connections within you which are very refreshing. And honestly, with the Fool card again coming up at the end, it's again giving me the energy of there's a new way, or a newfound way of understanding relationships, or what a relationship should be for you, or what a relationship be like for you. Because with the Two of Pentacles and the Temperance card, I'm definitely getting that you will be balancing practicality and spirituality together, especially philosophical or higher knowledge about who we are as beings, the spiritual nature of a human being, and how important it is for it to be expressed in the physical world. You will be having this understanding. So, how you can express yourself or begin expressing yourself is by understanding the spiritual nature and the physical nature of who you are as a being, and sharing that with the world unapologetically. Specifically, I feel like you can begin with things that are fun for you, and especially fun for your inner child. Just with the Two of Pentacles, I am feeling like you can, sometimes introduce this idea to your partner or your friends, whoever is a person of concern in this relationship, or your family members, whatever it is. Just mildly and playfully introduce these things that are fun for you. And if even if they don't interact, remember that you have the capacity to experience the vastness of it in your entire being. And the more you embody that awareness, the more people who align with this, energies that align with this, will come towards you. And I also feel like what will help you have ease with this is to begin traveling a little more, a bit more. Start traveling a bit more and interact with people from different cultures, or learn about different philosophies, is what I'm getting. Because that's going to open your mind a lot about who we are as spiritual beings. It's a lot about spirituality that's coming through, which is going to help you have ease in expressing your truth in relationships, be it of any kind. And how can you be more mindful around this? That's what I'm going to address here, with this deck. So I'm getting the awareness of using this card. We have the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles, again, and again, and wow. I mean, I shuffle the cards in front of you guys. So we have the Ace of Wands. How to be more mindful about this? Yeah, I'm getting that connecting with your higher self, a higher power, or being, you know, having a one-on-one conversation with your higher self, or I am soul, or any, you know, energy that you believe in is the creator or of higher consciousness, is going to be very helpful, and especially in a creative way. So instead of introducing something to somebody else, or sharing your truth with someone else in a very direct manner, with the Ace of Wands, I do perceive that introducing it as a fun game or some creative activity, or just casually bringing it into conversations, is going to be helpful. And in a way where you also remember this fact that all of us, not remember this fact, but remember this thing, that all of us are coming from the same energy, right? And same creative force. And so we all have that same infinite intelligence moving through us. So be open to the awareness that others will bring you at this point in time when you're sharing this truth. You may know a lot, you may have succeeded in it in some way, shape, or form with the Six of Wands here. Still be open to new awareness or new information coming through when you talk about these things with other people. So that's how you can be more mindful. So mindfulness is coming through and more so in the fact that don't be rigid about um, whatever information you would want to share, in the sense that maybe only you know. Be open to the fact that people might bring in, maybe they just say something very casually and it opens up a new possibility for you, because there's a newness that will be introduced to you which you have to be mindful about. So what would it look like, or what would relationships look like once you start embodying this energy? Let's see. Bottom of the deck is the Magician. Yeah, your manifestation capacities might increase a lot. We have Five of Swords, Ace. We almost have all the aces coming up for your reading in a way. Pile number two. Ace of Cups and Death. Isn't that interesting? Beginnings and endings again. Yeah, when this starts happening, pile number two, there I feel like this need to prove yourself, or this need to have control in the relationship. Maybe it is by being passive, and I am not getting aggressive from some of you. Maybe it is passive aggression, but mostly what I'm receiving is just by being passive, so that nothing is disturbed, or there's no point sharing this because the person will not understand. Letting go of that attitude is going to happen. There will be a newfound awareness, a newfound love for connections in general, for relationships in general. And when I'm saying general, it's all kind of relationships, not just romantic. And with the Death card, definitely there will be, as we have mentioned it time and again in your reading, a renewal, a rebirth of your awareness, and rebirth of how relationships will be for you moving forward. The kind, maybe people would change, but like physically you would meet new people who are aligned to this Ace of Cups energy of yours. Or this very well could be the people around you whom they have good intentions and they definitely care for you. There will be a change in dynamics with them which will be conducive for you and for them. In it will be a mutually conducive connection, and it will be a connection where you also are aligned with your higher self a lot more, rather than operating from the fears of past repeating. So proving a point, sort of an energy will fade away from your connections is what I'm receiving. Rather than that, it will be a refreshed energy, a renewal of love within you as you know it, especially as your higher self knows it, is what I'm getting. Because your higher self, the way they see love, comes from a very powerful place, and by a powerful place I mean everyone involved is in a place of power, you know not just you or not just the other person, and it's not swinging dynamically and in a negative way, but it's in a more balanced way, and everyone is blossoming and blooming in their power. That's how relationships could possibly be like for you moving forward, the more you're able to embody this awareness, this truth, and share your truth. Especially, even, yeah, we have the Magician. I mean, beneath the Magician card we have the Six of Wands, and we have the Temperance card again. So I do, and it's interestingly enough, if you look at the Six of Wands in this deck, there is nobody else. It's just the lone victor here, right? Alone, just one person celebrating their victory. But here, there's so many people celebrating this individual as well, and they're joyously sharing their gifts also of recognition with others, and that's what I'm receiving here. So having this firm foundation about clarity, about aligning with your truth, and then sharing what is true for you and in a mindful way, is going to help you have a lot more access to your intuitive powers and your manifestation powers, which is going to help you gain a lot of recognition as well. And this recognition, especially with the red color being repeated, I feel like this recognition it's not a fleeting recognition. It's something that could have a profound impact on your life, or something that will be long lasting and quite helpful in moving forward in life, especially in your career for some of you. So that's all that I have for you, pile number two. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if the reading resonated with you. Thank you again so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye.